Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Today I'm in this 2013 Porsche Panamera GTS, which I bought for just £20,000. I say bought, I actually took it in part exchange against an Aston Martin Repainted that I had for sale. I had the Repainted for about probably 5 or 6 months. It stuck around for quite a while, which is weird. It's almost as if nobody wants a 6-litre V12 Aston Martin during times of ridiculous fuel prices, global uncertainty and a war in Europe. Strange. Anyway, sometimes in this job, when you've had a car in stock for as long as we had that Aston Martin, you kind of have to manufacture deals. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have gone out and bought with my own money a 142,000 mile Porsche Panamera with battered wheels and a duct taped up front bumper. But in order to sell a more expensive Aston Martin, then I had to take this in part exchange. Sometimes you just have to look at the bigger picture. Although this car does have its issues, I'm hoping that at £20,000 there's still some profit left in it. My theory was this car's worth about £25,000 when it's all done, which will make it the cheapest GTS in the country. I figured it currently owes me 20, so if I stick another £2,000 into it, there should still be a £2,500 or £3,000 profit margin, which is good. You'd expect to make a 10% return on such a big outlay. The other bonus is that I can do a couple of videos with it, because I've never actually had a Panamera on the channel before. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Panamera. I think it's a hideous car, but you can't argue with the way it drives or the build quality. It's fantastic. And the performance of the 4.8 litre GTS is mind-blowing. Straight away when you drive this, you forget how big the Panamera is. I think it's about 5 metres long. You'll remember how big it is when you look in your rear view mirror. As much as I wasn't really excited about taking a Panamera in part exchange, this is a really high spec model. So it's got the upgraded wheels, it's got the Bose audio, it's got a reverse camera, it's got the power tailgate, and it's also got this little button here which makes it sound better. It opens the valves of the exhaust. Whoa there. This thing's nuts. Can you imagine needing to go this fast in a 4-door, 4-seat car? How ridiculous. It is quite addictive though. Because I've got a number of different jobs to do to this car, and all the places we use are currently very busy, it might be that the actual review of this car comes out before this video, which kind of won't make much sense, but hopefully you'll be able to understand my issues there. So, speaking of issues, let's talk through the issues on this car. The wheels need refurbishing. They're beautiful diamond cut 20-inch turbo style wheels, but they're battered, so they need to go to Prestige wheels. It needs an engine service. I'll do a gearbox service because it's got the 7-speed PDK gearbox, which does need servicing, so I'll get that done. It needs a good detailed valet because although it's fairly clean, I think with a little bit of love and attention the seats will come up like new. And then of course it's the bodywork, which does need quite a bit of attention. The near side front bumper's got more duct tape on it than a hostage victim. The bonnet is peppered with stone chips, or if you're American, the hood is peppered with rock chips, do they call them? I don't know. It looks like it spent a couple of hours following a gritter on the M6, which is consistent with its 142,000 miles of motorway use. The previous owner did around 20,000 miles a year in this 4.8 litre V8. Imagine how many air miles he's racked up, how many nectar points. So apart from the engine service, the gearbox service, the MOT, the wheels, the bodywork and the valet, I think that's about it. There are no other obvious faults, and it drives really well for 142,000 miles. You really have to take your hat off to Porsche. The build quality is just excellent. The tyres all look pretty good, the brake discs look like they've been replaced recently. There's nothing else broken on the car, so I think that's pretty much it. I know you all like these kind of before and after videos, so I think I'll catch up with you in a couple of days once I've started my big spend. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't go over my budget. I know I always do. I don't know, I'm trying to kid, but hopefully this time it will all come in for about £22,000, job done. But we'll see. Catch up with you shortly. Ah, there you are. So, the Panamera is finally done. It's taken a few weeks because all the tradespeople we use are just mad busy at the moment. And the order which I did the jobs in is a little bit strange, but it's just, I went with whoever could do the job first, basically. By now you've probably seen the review I did with this car. For some reason though, the microphone picked up a load of road noise, which is weird because it isn't a noisy car. I hate technology. I wish I knew what I was doing with it. Anyway, my apologies for that. Hopefully this video is better. The more time I spend with this car, the more I like it. I don't like the look of it, obviously that hasn't grown on me at all, but the drive is just so good. It almost makes you overcome its ugliness. I've got all the costs of this project itemised, so I'll go through it with you in a second. But first, I've got to say a thank you to today's video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark, who are a VPN service provider. Surfshark helps keep you safe while you're online. They encrypt all your details, both to and from your devices, so cyber thieves can't view it. They also hide your IP address, so it just keeps you safer while you're online, whether you're doing online banking, online shopping. But Surfshark's also handy if you use lots of streaming sites such as Netflix. You know what it's like, sometimes you go on Netflix and you try and find your favourite TV show or film, and it isn't available in your region. Well, thankfully, using Surfshark, you can change your location settings, so all of a sudden those TV shows and films will suddenly become available. That's mainly what I use Surfshark for, to be honest. It also blocks malware, phishing, ads, and other kinds of nastiness, which in turn can speed up your bandwidth and make your device run much more smoothly. You can download the app very easily from the App Store, it's very user-friendly, and you can use it on an unlimited number of devices. If you use the link below, which is surfshark.deals/HighPeakAutos, and use the promo code HighPeakAutos, they'll give you 83% off and 3 months totally free. It works out at about £1.35 a month, so don't think it's a big expensive commitment because it really isn't. So if you shop online, do online banking, or just want to watch one of your favourite TV shows from the States, then do check out Surfshark. Right, let me find somewhere to park so I can go through all these bills. Well, this'll do then. Gives me a nice view of the city. A couple of horses come to say hello. You know what's quite annoying about this car that I found? The air conditioning doesn't automatically come on. You have to find the, you have to press the button and turn it on. You would assume with the climate control it would just kick in and out, wouldn't you? Also, how do I get my start-stop off? There we go. Perfect. Right, let me go through these bills. The first job I had done was the gearbox service. That cost me £240. Then I took it to my mechanics for an engine service and a general check over basically. That cost me £220. Which isn't bad for a Porsche, is it? A 4.8 litre Porsche. Didn't think that was too bad. Then I had the wheels refurbished, and they've done a great job as usual. I took it to a place called Prestige Wheels over in Bredbury, and I stuck with the original diamond cut style, and they just look like new now. That cost me £100 per wheel, plus VAT. So the total was £480. Then it needed to go to the body shop, and it was at the body shop for about a week or so. I decided against painting the bonnet because although it was quite stone chippy, I thought it would look worse, or certainly it would look suspicious if I had the whole bonnet repainted. It would look like it had been involved in an accident or something, which it obviously hasn't. It's just stone chips due to the mileage. Let me know what you think, by the way, below in the comments, because I often don't know what to do in this situation. I don't know whether it's better to paint it and just explain that it had a few stone chips, so we've had it painted, or just touch the stone chips in carefully and just try and make it look as honest as possible. I never know what to do. Anyway, I have saved some money by not doing that. So it's had the front near side bumper repaired and repainted. It's had a few other bits of paint here or there just to try and neaten it up, and it's had a full buff and full detail. And now to look at, you'd think it'd done half this many miles. I think it looks, I was going to say stunning. It's a Panamera, so it's never going to look stunning, but the actual condition of the bodywork does look very good now. That cost me £580. Then it went to the detailer just for a standard valet, because the buff and the detail was already done by the body shop. That cost me another £70. So that takes my grand total to, if you want to add this up in your head, any budding Carol Vordermans out there, £240 for the gearbox service, £220 plus the £480 for the wheels, plus the £580 for the paintwork, plus the £70 for the valet. That gives me a grand total of I can't believe I'm saying this, £1,590, which, as you know, is under my budget. I had a budget of about £2,000 because I figured that one thing would just overrun. And it hasn't. 1,590 quid. Quite pleased with that. So this car now owes me £21,590, which for a Panamera GTS, forget the high miles. Let's try and stay positive, forget the high miles. £21,590. I think that's a bargain. The cheapest GTS out there is about 32 grand, so surely at 24,995, mine should look quite appealing. Anyway, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'll leave the link below. If you've got any comments or questions, let me know and I'll do my best to get back to you. So yeah, cheers guys. I'm overwhelmed. I can't believe I've come in under budget. See you next time.